We warn people. Yeah, y'all shilling. Yeah, y'all know who y'all are. Y'all know. If I had to do a roll call of all them Simple Simon Negroes, yeah. If I had to, don't get me started. I could run the tables on Vicky Dillon, Boyce Watkins, Tariq Nasheed, Umar Johnson, Philip Scott. Oh yeah, Black Authority. All y'all. Look at them, they shilling. Look at them, they shilling for the Democrats. They just chill. Yeah, look at y'all just shit. We gonna have a topic coming up next. They ain't saying nothing how under a Democrat appointee on the FCC changed the damn law when it came to how many folks were getting overcharged for making phone calls in prison. Republicans got in and said, no, we throwing that out. We just gonna discuss that next. I'm sorry, I forgot, Nola, what no tangibles. Yeah, all y'all FBA, B1, ADOS assholes. Well, guess what? All that complaining y'all did, welcome to Trump MAGA America.
So Swollen Roland is added.
What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tech. Okay, so Roland Martin called out FBA and all the grifters, right? And Roland Martin is a Democrat. Now we're gonna talk politics. All right, we're gonna talk some real politics, because I've been seeing this, and even these coons over here calling themselves FBA and ADOS and all these social media ones, they be half-ass talking out their mouth, yet they don't be saying shit, right? So what I want to know is, y'all think it's real popular to call Democrats, to call black people who are Democrats shields for the Democratic Party because they historically vote Democrat, right? Even though African Americans are 92% Democrats. Even though African Americans' political power lies in the Democratic Party, right? Which is a party that has multiple different factions in it. Progressive, liberal, centrist, and conservative, right? So the party is not just a one-minded party like the Republicans, which is a neo-Nazi party, by the way, right? Who you guys seem to be backing while thinking is derogatory, or thinking you're being derogatory by saying somebody's a Democrat shield. You guys actually say Democrat shield as if that's a negative thing. Like, you guys think that when you say Democrat shield, you say Democrat and liberal. From what position are you guys on from there? Because, like it or not, we live in a two-party system in America. You're either a Democrat, and from a Democrat, you're either a liberal, a progressive, a centrist, or conservative, right? I know you guys don't really get deep in politics because y'all got that basic mindset, and y'all follow trends that pay your YouTube algorithms and your TikTok algorithms and your Instagram algorithms. You think you can shame black people who have enough common sense to know that the Democratic Party, even though not very effective in getting all the things that we want, are the stable, normal group of people, where the black people hold 20% stake in the Democratic Party? You guys are, who side y'all on? That's what I want to know. Because if you got a problem and you always pointing your venom or your criticism towards anybody that happen to be a Democrat, which makes sense because all common sense African Americans are either Democrat or independent, in contrast to the Republicans who are neo-Nazis at worst, MAGA at best, right? So when all you black, especially with the street TV dude, that guy follows that. He wish, I'm like, why you follow everything that the black conservatives say? Are y'all really, do y'all know what conservatism is in this country right now? Whose side are y'all on? Are y'all sitting on the couch? Is that what it is? Politically, where do you stand? Because y'all talk a lot of shit, but I don't never hear no real politics come out your mouths. What do y'all stand for? Huh? All y'all say is the same shit. Democrat shield, Democrat. Y'all sound like fucking robots. Do y'all know what y'all actually saying? Who you work for? Huh? Whose side you on? Every single black politician who's fighting for black people are Democrats. Every single one of them. Now, yeah, Democrats ain't doing everything that we want them to do. Of course, that means we got to take more power where we have power. The Democratic side. Common sense will tell you that. Roland Martin is smarter than every one of you grifters out there. I will take Roland Martin's political acuity over any one of you sit on the couch Negroes. If you guys are making political, y'all coon ass content creators make the same trashy ass content every day. Y'all don't talk about real politics. Y'all don't talk about what's going on in this world. Y'all don't talk about what Donald Trump is doing. Y'all real fucking quiet on Donald Trump unless he do something that's so obviously racist that is safe for you to talk about. But y'all still don't criticize him at all. What about are y'all Republican shields? Are y'all shields for neo-Nazis? Because that's what this shit looking like, to be honest. I ain't gonna lie. Are y'all black Negro content creators? Are y'all Republican shields? Are y'all standing up for white supremacy? Because you only got two choices right now, all right, in the real world. I don't know what kind of fantasy y'all thinking in y'all head or something, because I don't hear none of y'all talking about no solutions. Where that third party at? Where the black party at? See, while you talking shit about every African American that dares to participate in the political process and that's smart enough to be on the Democratic side, because that's where the side that actually represents America. That's why it don't work the way it should, because there's multiple different thought processes. There are multiple different factions within the Democratic Party. It's a big tent party. That's why it moves slow. All academia is on that side. All the people who went to college is on this side. So the Republican Party, the anti-intellectual party, the anti-black party, the anti-everything party, that's who y'all capping for. Don't act like we don't know you capping, you on their side. But y'all got no criticism for every single thing that the Republicans are doing to disenfranchise black people this whole time. I don't hear y'all talking no shit. I see the same stream of dumbass content creators following the algorithm, chasing their buddies and shit, saying the same shit. I find it absolutely crazy that there's any group of black people who dare to talk about politics and don't got no solutions talking about Roland Martin. Honestly. If you ain't got no political solution, how you going to talk about Roland Martin? Why don't one of y'all go on his show then? Go on his show. Since you talking shit, go up there and challenge him with your ideas. Because none of y'all got none. Y'all keep repeating the same shit. Hey, Democrat, chill. And then you try to making thumbnails to try to disrespect him, to try to make him look less than. And you propping up your dumbass grifters. Because I guess his dumbass subscribers are coming over to your channels and your algorithm is paying you a couple dollars a month. Y'all are tools of white supremacy. A lot of y'all black content creators are tools of white supremacy. You're pathetic. All of y'all. I've been holding back on some of you fuckers. Because y'all be pretending like y'all pro-black, but y'all not really pro-black. Because y'all only go after black people who dare to participate in politics while y'all sit on the fucking couch and not do shit talking about you want reparations. How you gonna get reparations if you don't participate in the political process? Please tell me. What powerful non-governmental organization you think gonna pressure the government to give your black ass some reparations, huh? Since y'all wanna always talk about reparations, since that's your main line, that's your main thing, what are you guys doing for reparations? I can tell you what Pan-Africans are doing politically for reparations, and I guarantee you every person that's looking for reparations that's in the political process, guess what? They're all Democrats. All of them. Y'all, how you going to sit there and try to demonize the Democrats while not saying shit about the Republicans? Y'all don't even keep the same energy. That's the shit I'm talking about. Now, if y'all did keep the same energy, right? If y'all kept the same energy, then that would make sense. That would make sense, right? I'd be like, all right, but y'all don't. All y'all do is follow the fad that white supremacist content creators slide to y'all dumbasses, and y'all repeat the same shit, rapping it in hip hop. You rapping it in blackface. And if you don't think people notice, there's going to be a time when y'all black content creators going to come to a reckoning. I'm telling you. Y'all going to come to a reckoning. And if y'all try to pivot, shit ain't going to work. I'm not going to let you pivot. Oh, no. There's so many you weirdos that I'm going to call out. I'm going to drop names. I've been holding back. I'm telling you, I'm holding back because some of y'all are smaller than me. Now, I got people smaller than me now. And I got too much pressure for y'all. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to be nice because I know me. All right? But I'm letting you know I see you. Because y'all be mindless. A lot of y'all don't know shit about politics. The only reason you doing it because you see somebody else doing it and you repeating it, but you don't know what you're talking about. Y'all got zero solutions. Y'all don't even campaign to make a third party that we all as black people can join. Since you got a problem to where all of our political parties are, all our political power is, since you got a problem with that, since y'all seem to can always find a black woman to talk shit about who's fighting for you in the real world, since y'all can always find ways to talk shit about them, but you ain't got no smoke for the white supremacists that's currently in charge, huh? Nothing, not a goddamn thing, not nothing, huh? You got no actual political solution. You ain't got no videos talking about what you would do if you was in charge. I know I do. You ain't got no videos campaigning for a black party, even though y'all keep talking about we need to get out of. How you going? You can't get out of politics. Politics is life. Politics is war without killing somebody. Killing people, war, that's politics with guns. So unless y'all got some real solutions, unless y'all gonna just come out and say, I'm a Republican, I'm a black neo-Nazi. Anytime I see, and y'all, it started out when y'all started talking shit about Obama. It was real subtle, right? And y'all never say what it is Obama didn't do. Y'all never say what he did do. Obama did a lot. Did you forget about that in healthcare? Did you forget about how it used to be when your dumb ass couldn't get healthcare because you was black? Did you forget how you didn't think about no goddamn health insurance? You wasn't thinking about no goddamn dental. You weren't even thinking about because you knew you wasn't gonna get it. Did you forget that he saved many black people's lives by giving us the Affordable Care Act? Did you forget about that shit? But y'all want to talk about Gaddafi. Y'all didn't Gaddafi didn't give a about you. Y'all, that's why I know y'all don't know shit about politics. They hyped up Gaddafi. Gaddafi was a megalomaniac. Gaddafi was also a murderer and a genocider too. Yet y'all don't know that, do y'all? But we got real black politicians in Africa, real black leaders and warriors fighting truth to power, fighting against white supremacy, but y'all don't talk about them. Y'all dumbasses the same one talking about Africa ain't doing nothing for us. And I'm like, are you, because what rock y'all under? Huh? You don't see all these African leaders asking African Americans to come to Africa? But you can see a Gaddafi though. You know about Gaddafi though. But you don't see all these West African, your brothers and sisters, leaders in West Africa and Central Africa saying, come home. You don't see them East African leaders say, come on. You don't see it. You don't see the Southern African heads of state saying, come on. You don't see all these black people going over there getting land and doing all these things. You don't see all this Pan-Africanism happening. Huh? Because you too busy looking for the next black person that dare to get themselves involved in politics to do something for y'all black asses and your black ass communities. You rather be a tool of white supremacy and make videos about them, disparaging them, disrespecting them, working for white. You doing it for free too, for real. You doing a white supremacist job because you want to be cool and follow the algorithm. The algorithm got a fucking leash around y'all dog ass necks. Y'all pathetic. Y'all absolutely, because I'll be watching it. I'm smarter than a lot of you motherfuckers. I'm telling you. I'm smarter than a lot. And I can back it up. I see how it works. I watch one of you coon ass niggas make a content about a particular individual. Then I go to every one of y'all coon ass channels and watch how y'all follow suit. And then when I listen to y'all videos to see, okay, well, do you have a legitimate criticism? Nope. Never. You always on the offensive, right? But you ain't never saying shit. And then after you finish running your mouth not saying shit, you got zero solutions. That's how I know. And I'll be waiting. And I see y'all do that shit over and over and over and over. And guess who? Who starts it? First, Fox News starts it. Then all the conservative white supremacist social media started. Then you black coon ass nigga try to wrap that shit up in hip hop wrapping paper. Then y'all started. I'm like, y'all don't see this shit? Y'all don't see how y'all being used? Democrat shield. Like that's an insult. The Democrats been shielding us this whole time. Every single thing that we've ever gained in America has come from the progressive liberals within the Democratic Party, which we African Americans are a part of. Now, just because you're a Democrat don't mean you agree with all Democrats, and doesn't agree that you like the fact that they weak, that they don't know how to fight, that they spend so much time pontificating, that they don't goddamn get shit done no more, or that a lot of them are rich and get money from the corporations and don't see and forgot how it is to be a little person. You see how I did that? I can criticize, but I ain't stupid enough to think that I'm just going to blindly attack their Democrats while letting the neo-Nazis that's trying to literally genocide us can get away with everything. Unabated, unchallenged. Are you... Hey, tell me what y'all think about this shit. Am I tripping? Do y'all see this shit? Do y'all see this shit? Or y'all blind too? I know my subscribers ain't blind. I know my... I'm glad I don't have a bunch of FBA subscribers. Because y'all's dumb as fuck. Y'all's dumb as... And maybe that's what it is. Maybe y'all have to talk about these things. Because you know y'all subscribers are dumb as fuck. So you got to talk to them like they dumb as fuck. And you figure they so dumb, they not going to figure this shit out. They're not going to figure it out. They're not going to figure out you ain't saying nothing. That you been running your mouth, but you ain't said a damn thing. Maybe because they got 2 brain cells and one of them shits don't work. That's it. Anyway, I'm telling you, let me, and yeah, I said it. And if one of y'all say my motherfucking name in y'all videos, I swear to God, I'm gonna crush y'all. All right. Remember I got more time than y'all because all y'all gotta go to work, not me. Because I'm smarter than y'all. You understand? And I'm gonna be arrogant about it too. Because y'all dumb as hell. I've been watching y'all for years and y'all dumb as hell. Dumb. Tools of white supremacy. That's why you the enemy. You see, I'm a real warrior. I know exactly who the enemy is. I've been talking about the enemy the whole time. Never deviating. Same energy for the enemy no matter what the enemy look like. And I ain't never gonna let up. So unless you got some solutions, I'm gonna wait to see if I hear some shit because there's gonna be a reckoning. It's coming. I'm warning y'all. There's gonna be a reckoning after all this shit over. You think it's sweet? Y'all gonna fuck around and find out. Because black people are getting smarter and we see y'all coon asses. And guess what? Once you put something online, it's still there. Don't think because you deleted somebody ain't got it. I'm telling you. And y'all gonna have an account for how you guys were on the wrong side of history so you can make some money. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out. I'm not done. I don't want to hear no straw mans. I don't want to hear no redirects. And I don't want to hear no unuseful disrespects. If you ain't got no details, if you ain't got no receipts, you ain't saying shit.
The political power of African Americans in the United States has grown significantly in recent decades, but it is still subject to various challenges, including voter suppression efforts, historical disenfranchisement, and racial inequality in political representation. African Americans represent approximately 13 to 14% of the U.S. population and are a key voting bloc, especially in key swing states. Here's a breakdown of political power and party distribution among African Americans. 1. Political power and influence. African Americans have gained increasing political influence in recent decades, especially with higher voter turnout in national elections, especially during the Obama era, contributing to the outcomes in crucial swing states like Georgia, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Representation in Congress. As of the 2020 census, African Americans made up about 13% of the U.S. population, but held around 12% of congressional seats. The Black Congressional Caucus, CBC, plays an essential role in advocating for policies on racial justice, economic inequality, education, and healthcare. Local and state offices. Increasing numbers of African Americans have been elected to local and state offices, including mayors, governors, and other important positions. Georgia and Detroit are examples of major cities with significant black political leadership. 2. Party distribution. African Americans overwhelmingly align with the Democratic Party. Here is the general distribution. Democratic Party. Over 85% of African Americans identify as Democrats or lean Democratic. This is especially true in national elections, where African American voters have been crucial to Democratic victories. African Americans are the most loyal demographic group within the Democratic Party. The party's platforms, including civil rights, healthcare access, social justice reform, and voting rights protections, align closely with the interests of many Black Americans. Republican Party. Around 8 to 10% of African Americans identify as Republicans or lean Republican. The Republican Party's support base among African Americans has historically been low since the mid-20th century, particularly due to its association with policies that were often perceived as not supportive of racial equality. However, in recent years, there has been a small increase in Black conservatives and Republicans, particularly in areas with significant evangelical Christian populations and among some Black business leaders. Independent. A small percentage of African Americans identify as independent, but they tend to lean toward the Democratic Party. Many African Americans express dissatisfaction with both major parties, citing issues of economic inequality and calls for better representation. 3. Key areas of political engagement. African Americans are a powerful voting bloc, and their influence is often seen in presidential elections. African American voters tend to have a significant impact on Democratic presidential nominations and general elections, particularly in key battleground states. Local elections, in areas with high concentrations of black residents, such as Atlanta, Detroit, Chicago, and Philadelphia, African Americans play a pivotal role in electing local officials and influencing policy. Civil rights advocacy, black advocacy groups such as the NAACP, Black Lives Matter, and Urban League influence policy agendas on issues like police reform, criminal justice, and economic justice. 4. Challenges to political power. Despite their numerical strength, African Americans continue to face challenges that limit their political power. Voter suppression, efforts to restrict voting access, such as voter ID laws and gerrymandering, disproportionately impact African American communities. Racially motivated politics. In recent years, a polarized political climate has led to divisions that sometimes downplay or overlook the unique needs of African American voters. Economic and social inequalities. Although political representation has increased, African Americans still face disparities in wealth, education, healthcare, and employment, which can affect their full participation in the political process. 5. Recent shifts. The 2020 presidential election saw a record high turnout among African American voters, especially in key battleground states like Georgia, where Joe Biden won largely due to the turnout of African American voters. Georgia's shift from Republican to Democratic in 2020 was heavily influenced by African American voters, led by figures like Stacey Abrams, whose activism in registering voters and pushing for voter turnout has been widely credited with turning the state blue. In summary, 85% plus of African Americans identify as Democrats or lean toward the Democratic Party. 8 to 10% are Republican. The rest are either independent or unaffiliated. African Americans hold significant political power in presidential elections, local government, and civil rights advocacy, though challenges like voter suppression still limit full representation. Here is a simple list of Barack Obama's accomplishments that specifically benefited African Americans during his presidency. 1. Affordable Care Act, Obamacare. Expanded health care access, reducing the uninsured rate among African Americans by over 50%. 2. My Brother's Keeper initiative, launched in 2014 to address opportunity gaps facing young men of color through mentoring, education, and job training. 3. Criminal justice reform efforts. Commuted sentences for over 1,700 nonviolent drug offenders, many of whom were black. Promoted fair sentencing and reduced crack cocaine sentencing disparities through the Fair Sentencing Act of 2010. Increased Pell Grant funding, expanded college affordability for low-income students, disproportionately benefiting African American students. 5. Support for HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities. Secured over $4 billion in funding through federal grants, loans, and scholarships. 6. Reduced black unemployment rate, guided recovery from the Great Recession. Black unemployment dropped from 16.8% in 2010 to 7.5% by early 2017. 7. Appointed the first black U.S. Attorney General, Eric Holder, who prioritized civil rights investigations into police departments and voter suppression. 8. Protection of voting rights, challenged voter ID laws, and worked to expand access to voting, especially in black communities. 9. Supported Ban the Box initiatives, promoted fair chance hiring practices for formerly incarcerated individuals, helping reduce barriers to employment. 10. Affordable housing and anti-discrimination policies. Strengthened HUD regulations to combat housing discrimination and segregation. 11. Trayvon Martin and race dialogues. Publicly addressed racial profiling and police violence, legitimizing national conversations on race and justice. 12. Investment in job training and youth programs. Funded workforce development programs that targeted urban and low-income communities. Here's a concise list of laws and executive actions signed by President Joe Biden that specifically benefited African Americans, with official bill numbers or executive order identifiers where applicable. Key legislation. American Rescue Plan Act of 2021, ARP. LHR 1 Law 117-2. Signed, Impact on Black Americans, nearly tripled the Earned Income Tax Credit EITC for childless workers from approximately $540 to $1,500 for many black frontline workers. Delivered $2.7 billion to historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs. Allocated over $4 billion in relief and debt forgiveness to socially disadvantaged farmers, many black farmers. Provided rental and homeowner assistance. Black households received over 40% of emergency rental aid. 2. Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act. Bill H.R. 55. Public Law 117-203. Signed March 29, 2022. Impact made lynching a distinct federal hate crime with penalties up to 30 years, addressing a historically targeted form of violence against black Americans. 3. Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, Gun Safety plus Youth Programs. Bill S. 2938, amended, enacted June 25, 2022. No public law number on summary pages. Impact. First major federal gun control law in decades. Improving community safety in many affected black neighborhoods, and included school and mental health program funding benefiting urban youth. 4. George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, advocated but not enacted. Bill H.R. 1280, 117th Congress, passed House March 3, 2021, did not become law. Impact proposed, aimed to reform policing practices, combat racial profiling, establish national standards, and hold law enforcement accountable, strongly supported by Biden. 5. John R. Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act. Bill H.R. 4 117th Congress, passed House August 24, 2021. Later versions H.R. 14 in 2023 and 2025, not enacted. Impact proposed would restore and strengthen the Voting Rights Act to protect black voters, requiring jurisdictions with histories of voter suppression to seek federal approval for new election laws. Executive actions and other key measures. A. Executive Order 13985. Advancing Racial Equity and Support for Underserved Communities. Signed January 20th, 2021. Impact directed federal agencies to identify and eliminate discriminatory policies and barriers. Foundation for agency-wide racial equity initiatives. B. Inflation Reduction Act of 2022. H.R. 576. Public Law 169. Impact on black communities through its Discrimination Financial Assistance Program, issued equity-focused relief payments, supported clean energy and health investments in underserved communities. C. Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, EJA. Bill H.R. 3684, Public Law 117-58, signed November 15, 2021. Impact. Invested billions in reconnecting neighborhoods historically divided by urban highways, benefiting many black communities. Expanded broadband, transit, lead pipe replacement, etc. D. CHIPS and Science Act. Bill H.R. 4346, Public Law 117-167. Signed August 9, 2022. Impact, while primarily STEM-focused, it included workforce and education expansion that improved access opportunities for black scientists, technologists, and students. Summary table. Name bill. EO signed direct benefit to black Americans. American Rescue Plan Act H.R. 1319, PL 117 to 2 March 11, 2021 tax credits, housing relief, HBCU funds, black farmers relief. Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act H.R. 55. PL 117 to 203 March 29, 2022 defines lynching as hate crime. Bipartisan Safer Communities Act S. 2938, June 25, 2022, Gun Safety, Youth Programs in Black Communities. George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, H.R. 1280, not enacted. Police Reform, advocated. John Lewis Voting Rights Act, H.R. 4, H.R. 14, not enacted. Voting Protections, advocated. EO 13985, Equity Executive Order, 13,985, January 20th, 2021, Broad Agency Equity Review. Inflation Reduction Act H.R. 5376, PL 117 to 169, August 16, 2022. Discrimination Relief, Environmental Equity, Infrastructure Investment Act H.R. 3684, PL 117 to 58, November 15, 2021, Reconnecting Black Neighborhoods, Transit, Chips and Science Act H.R. 4346, PL 117 to 167, August 9, 2022, Workforce and STEM Access for Black Americans. Here's a cleaned up list of Project 2025 proposals that have already been implemented or acted on since the start of Donald Trump's second term, including executive orders, EOS, and other official actions. Project 2025 inspired actions implemented under Trump with order details. 1. Federal Workforce Reclassification, Schedule G. Action created a new at-will employee category for policymaking staff, replacing nonpartisan civil servants. Mechanism, executive initiative aligning with Project 2025's goal to replace merit-based civil service. 2. Ending federal DIA programs. Order, Executive Order 14,151, ending radical and wasteful government DEI programs and preferencing. Signed, January 20th, 2025. Impact, terminated all DIA, diversity, equity, inclusion, accessibility activities and grant references across federal agencies. 3. Agency oversight and White House control. Order, Executive Order 14,215, ensuring accountability for all agencies. Signed, February 18, 2025. Impact, required independent agencies to submit major regulations to White House OMB for review and adhere to presidential interpretations of law. 4. Environmental deregulation and climate rollbacks. Actions, executive orders reopening federal lands, for example, ANWR, for fossil fuel extraction, withdrawing PFAS discharge limits, curtailing climate protections. Alignment, closely follow Project 2025's environmental rollback and agency elimination goals. 5. Federal hiring and loyalty screening. Mechanism, reinstatement advocate of Schedule F-style screening of civil service employees for ideological alignment. Dismissal of agency inspectors general. Impact, tens of thousands of federal positions reclassified, watchdog functions removed to enable ideological conformity. 6. Education and voting access. Order, Executive Order 14,191. Expanding educational freedom and opportunity for families. Action, diverted federal education funding from public schools toward private school vouchers, consistent with Project 2025's education platform. 7. Foreign aid freeze. Action, executive directive freezing new foreign aid for 90 days and halting work on existing assistance contracts. Alignment matches Project 2025's agenda to overhaul foreign aid strategy. 8. Expanded death penalty enforcement. Order, Executive Order on restoring the death penalty and protecting public safety. Signed, January 21st, 2025. Impact, directed federal government to seek death penalty in new categories, in line with Project 2025's capital punishment expansion proposals. 9. Gender identity and trans rights rollbacks. Orders, EOS 14,168, 14,183, 14,187, revoking federal recognition of transgender individuals, eliminating gender options on forms, restricting gender-affirming healthcare coverage. Alignment, reflect Project 2025's recommendations to remove DEI and LGBTQ+ protections from federal policy. Summary, what Project 2025 proposed and what's been enacted. Executive power and bureaucracy control, replacing civil servants with loyalists, requiring agency compliance with presidential priorities. DI elimination across all federal departments. Environmental deregulatory agenda, undoing climate protection, agency rollbacks, education reallocation, favoring private school systems and vouchers, foreign aid freeze, cutting U.S. assistance abroad. Public safety expansion, broadening death penalty usage. Trans rights reversals, removing federal protections for transgender Americans. Project 2025 implementation status. Critics report over 150 of Project 2025's approximately 532 executive-style proposals have already been enacted or are underway in Trump's early months in office. Others estimate 40% of major objectives have been implemented or attempted so far. Absolutely. Here's a simple list of source citations for the information I provided to you today. 1. Barack Obama's accomplishments benefiting African Americans. Sources: Congress.gov. Public Laws 111 to 148, 111 to 220, 111 to 5, 111 to 152. White House Archives, Obama Administration. Brookings Institution, The Legacy of the Obama Administration for Black Americans. U.S. Department of Education, Pell Grants and HBCU funding, DOJ press releases, Fair Sentencing Act. 2. Joe Biden's accomplishments benefiting African Americans. Sources: Congress.gov. Public Laws 117 to 2, 117 to 203, 117 to 58, 117 to 167, 117 to 169. White House Fact Sheet, Biden-Harris Administration Record on Black America. CBCF, Executive Order Tracker, Impacts on Black America. National Urban League, State of Black America Report, Department of Education, HBCU Support. 3. African American Political Power and Party Distribution. Sources: Pew Research Center, Political Party Affiliation by Race and Ethnicity. Brookings Institution, Black Voters in U.S. Elections. Joint Center for Political and Economic Studies, Black Representation. Congressional Black Caucus, Membership and Legislative Impact. NAACP, Civic Engagement Reports. 4. Project 2025 Policies Affecting African Americans. Sources: Project 2025 Official Website, The Heritage Foundation. The Guardian, Trump orders reflect Project 2025 agenda. Executive Order 14,151 ending DEI programs. AFCME warning on Project 2025. Time, Project 2025. Wikipedia, Project 2025.
All I gotta say was Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out. Wait. Before you go, for all my subscribers and philanthropists out there, I'm building a solar power community water bowl system in Nigeria. It's going to cost between $5,000 and $6,000. I'm trying to raise money. If you want to participate and help me build this solar power water system, please donate to the Cash App and put solar water in the notes. Solar water in the notes. I'll put PayPal, Stripe, and Zelle. Anyway, thank you. That's all I got to say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out. Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.